If you want to go, I get spiritual. Praying in tongues for a miracle. You understand in the physical. I am a whole different animal, lyrical circuit. I'm burning these calories, rapping in 3-minute intervals. Fuck it's not free and I'm burning the pedestal pyro.
And fighting is so physically taxing, but mentally it's taxing as well. So after the fight, the best thing to do is to take time away from the gym. I don't want to be in a fight camp when mentally I'm burnt out. So that's why when I got back to New Zealand, I said, let's take son on a little family trip. So I messaged Henry and I said, bro, can I come over? And he said, yep, let's do a seminar, I'll have it all sorted. And it just all worked out. So I just want to just make the most of this and just be present, not think about anything else, not think about when the next fight is, just be normal. And yeah, just soak it all in, because this isn't forever, and I'm going to cherish these moments for the rest of my life. So we're out here in Tahiti, in Papara, a beautiful place. I feel so connected and so, I guess, at home in Tahiti. You know, such a big lineage where our tupuna would have come from these very shores. Privileged to be here and to bring my family as well, Shards and Kobe, and for my good friend Henry to host me. You know, he's one of my brothers, one of my city kickboxing teammates, as well as, you know, good friend. And he lives, this is his homeland, and I've got a good relationship with him. It's just perfect timing. After a fight, come over, share some knowledge with the new generation. You know, Polynesia, it's all about helping everyone get better. I can pass down these experiences that I've had and help share with the new wave coming through.
I'm a coach and I'm a professional fighter too in New Zealand, and I'm from CKB. That's why, like, Kaikara is one of my training partner, so that's how we get the connection. And yeah, so I'm just sharing my passion with the Polynesian youth here, because we have big problem with drugs and stuff. So to get them away of trouble, so we try to make them, like, for people who like to fight, we try to put them in the fight and make a mini show of MMA here in Tahiti.
So what I'm doing is blinding with my lead hand. So when I stick it into his face, I'm temporarily blinding where the punch is coming, and all I'm doing is replacing it with my right hand. Boom. So I'm trying to quickly put my right hand, same time as I take away the left. 3, 2, 1. The level of talent out here is, it's pretty surreal how good they are. You know, not just stand-up wise or it's everything. There's no holes. Wrestling, jiu-jitsu, striking, it's all there. The foundation's there. And what I was trying to do is just add to what they already know. I'm not trying to change anything. I'm not trying to reinvent them. I'm just trying to, I guess, be the glue to put it all together, as well as add to their arsenal and just give them a different look. And I tell them, you know, this is a system that we use at City Kickboxing. You know, it obviously works with the high-level fighters that we have at our gym. So if they can implement this into their game plan and to what they already do good, it's only going to make them better. So I keep telling them, you know, we've got this connection now. So if I can keep coming back and letting them know that, you know, this is all right in front of you. You just got to keep working hard. Don't get disheartened if things aren't working out. Just got to keep turning up. And I think they took a lot away from that. And just me being here, me being present, me being taking my time out of, like, I guess a little holiday to give back and make sure that I can definitely see the next UFC superstar coming out of Tahiti. These guys have got the right attitude. They're just willing to learn, the hunger to learn, and there's just no ego. They're just there to work hard. MMA has only just been legalised in Tahiti. Being a French territory, it's just been legalised in France. And now, you know, fighting's happening here every month, so it's something that these guys need. They need to let out their aggression, they need to let out their, have an outlet, and yeah, it's awesome to do it and put it into something positive. You know, it's going to be a controlled environment where they're going to be fighting guys that are experienced, they're training hard, and evenly matched. So yeah, it's the best way to do it.
I believe in the next few years we have big names here in Tahiti, in French Polynesia, because we, just like Kai, you know, just like other people in New Zealand, we Polynesian are gifted with like athleticism, and they have fight. They have fight in the blood, you know. We have our ancestors been traveling all the world by waka, and they were warrior too. And yeah, for us, me, Reiheri, Teiki Nauta, James Morohi, we are here to show the new generation that it's possible. And yeah, we have to keep passing the knowledge, passing the torch to the youth, and to tell them, you know, get out of trouble, go to the sport, you know, go to a sport you like, and go 100%, don't stop.
What I'm most impressed about is there's no holes in like any of their game. So it's so easy to teach them because I don't need to go over basics. I'm going over details now. Like, it's not about the actual punches, it's about reading everything before you throw your punch, because you want to make it a, you know, 60-40 fight. You don't want to make it a 50-50 fight, because that's when you're going to take risks and that's when you're going to get caught. So you want to take calculated risks, and at City Kickboxing we teach the art of combat, which is to give a hit and not take a hit. That's what we ultimately want to be doing. So if I can help install that kind of mindset into these fighters over in Tahiti, that's going to come a long way. When I come in, then my hands need to be there, ready to slip, punch, slip, weave, or come in for the grapple. And I know that even though we don't speak the same language, you just understand. And that's why these seminars are so powerful, where I'm explaining what the techniques are and you know, what to do, but they don't really understand what I'm saying. But the language we're speaking is body language, and fighting, that's what I love about it, because you don't need to understand English to understand what the sport is. That's why it's so popular, that's why it's taking over this world. And that's why I feel like I'm so lucky, because I get to travel the world and pass on knowledge that helped me, you know, in my career, not just in my career, but outside of fighting. And, you know, having my son there jumping on the mat and being in my arms, watching me, you know, do this, he's gonna soak in so much from that. So yeah, it's a great place to be. I always hold dear to my heart, you know, being here in Tahiti, and this connection's forever. And pretty crazy, this place that we're staying in this mountain lodge. And then when we got here, they said, oh, we've got connections to Aotearoa. We're from Waikato, and Tainui's our waka. And I'm from Tainui, and that's where my grandfather's from. And they said the waka that Tainui made to voyage from Tahiti to Aotearoa was made in these very forests right next to us. So it's all connected, and it's all like I'm meant to be here to experience this and to see for myself. And I've just started my te reo journey. I've only been doing my classes for the last 3 weeks, but it's the perfect time. I didn't get into te reo when I was younger, because my parents thought, you know, you're going to do it when you're ready. You can't force these things.
As he's done with everything, he's growing up in public. I mean, his grandfather was the kaumātua for the National Koanga Reo Trust, so he's got, you know, big shoes to fill. But he will do that. He will do that in his own pace, and it's great to see that he's embarked on that. His reo classes, doing his pepeha, and including that in his motivational speaking, which is all. This is another journey he's embarked on, as we all are on that journey, which is a lifelong journey for people who've not grown up speaking the reo.
Yeah, so my grandfather Te Aopihi kara. He came to Tahiti in the early 1990s, and he came over as a representative for the Maori Queen to lift a 100-year-old tapu, which is a curse on a lake. So first time after he did his blessing, you're able to pass through this passage. So pretty powerful that I'm following in his footsteps, coming back to where our tupuna would have come from and on the same journey as he was. But me being able to do this, I get to dive deeper into his journey and how we first started. And yeah, I'm so kind of inspired by what my grandfather had done, representing Aotearoa. I think that was the first time Aotearoa have actually come back to Tahiti before all the migration. So to be here, it's like I'm meant to be here.
Hector Busby knew of the whakapapa in terms of a relationship with Tahiti and Waikato Tainui. He knew that there was a long grieving historical trauma that took place in Tahiti and that there was a curse put on Tahiti in this particular area and it needed to be lifted. And part of the journey in terms of him building the waka and the journey for all of the further waka to be built all throughout the Pacific Islands and here in Aotearoa was part of the ceremony of the lifting of the curse of Tahiti. And so Dad was sent over there representing Te Arikinui and also brought in by Hector Busby to lift the curse of Tahiti because it was actually the Waikato Tainui warrior that was killed at that particular time.
We lose our minds, we lose control. I run the red, I'm on the road. I wanna go right, I wanna go right now. I'm on my way to you, I'm on my way to you. I wanna go right, I wanna go right now. I'm on my way to you, I'm on my way to you.
It takes a lot of time away from your family and your downtime, and like it's nice now we have some downtime now that he's out of a camp, but during his camps, like he's up and gone by 6 a.m. When he gets home, if he is home during the day or if he's at home at night, like it's not to help out with baby or anything. It's like he really needs his rest and recovery time. So you kind of just throwing a baby into the mix, like you just have to get your shit together and make sure that he is doing what he's supposed to be doing. And it's hard sometimes not to be like, oh, you need to pull your weight, but you just got to remember like his job is so physical and like so taxing on his body that he really does just need to do nothing when he's around the house. So it's cool. Those camps are hard, but we do get through it. It comes with a lot of perks, like we get to do cool things, we get to travel together, we get to meet cool people. So yeah, it's not all bad and it's not perfect, but it's fun.
Yeah, definitely feeling like just like a proud father of like what I'm doing and where I'm at. My son can be there right beside me and watch exactly what I'm doing, and I can explain the class still and have him in my arms and just let him see it in the flesh and let him not just hear about it or hear stories, actually be there and immerse in my job. And yeah, he was just content and just watching me speak, and yeah, it was just nice. It was a nice moment to have that, and to him run around. He just wants to run around the mat and jump on it, and you can see that he's just keen to learn. And as soon as he understands what we're doing, he's straight on the mat, and I'm going to be teaching him martial arts. But these are life lessons that he'll be learning. You know, how to problem solve, how to be patient, how to be respectful, how to be disciplined. And I feel like every young man or any young person needs to learn these skills because this is forever. And if you can harness that at a young age, you know, that's a mindset that can take you a long way, and not just in sport, but in anything in life. So the mats are a powerful place. So we're down in Napier, Hawke's Bay. This is where all my whanau is from.
It was a journey that they had to be ready for themselves. It could not be pushed.
Everyone just remembers me as the dishes dodger. It's my grandma's 6-year anniversary of her passing. I was in Thailand training when I got the phone call. You know, little sacrifices not being here present, you know, for the tangi.